This Sunday is the Road to Korea Autumn Racing Carnival, continuing with the SBS Sports Sprint, the second leg for the Korea Sprint Series. And we are to elaborate to you about the best sprinters here in Korea. My name is JOCKEY. I'm here joined by Royce Newton. Hello, Royce.
Yeah, hi, Joe.
So obviously here in Korea, sprint series and sprint races are most fascinating races. And what are your thoughts about this race?
Yeah, look, it's going to be a very competitive race. Capacity field of 16. Really looking forward to it. The start's going to be so important to every runner's chances.
So, okay, without further ado, let's have a look at the whole field for the 2019 SBS Sports Sprint. Okay, hopeful runners, 16 full field here going.
Yeah, it looks an interesting race, doesn't it, Joe? Of course, we've got Ace Korea, who comes back from a Dubai preparation. Gaon Champ, so dominant last time out. And we've got, of course, Doraon Pogyeongseon, who's looking to make it 3 SBS Sports Sprints in a row.
I've just checked through the whole field, and looking at the field, we've got like 7 of these contestants just repeating at this race. And this race is obviously very interesting for the fact that you've just briefly mentioned Doraon Pogyeongseon trying out for the second time defending the title. So what do you think?
Yeah, look, very interesting. I don't think he has quite the form going into the race as he did last time. But in saying that, a true feat if you can take out a race 3 years in a row.
Right. We've got to take a look at the race of the reference. That is 2019 Busan Ilbo Cup, the first leg of the sprint series.
Yeah, great race this was, Joe, and we had some real fancies lined up. Of course, New Legend was sent out favourite, not in this race on Sunday. They've elected to go to the Stayers series with him, but Gaon Champ just jumped out of the gate so quickly and accelerated. You can see coming into the straight here, really let down nicely, extended away. Good, also good casting, ran on well to finish second. We had a couple of others come out of this race, including Daero Pogyeongseon, who ran on well for 5th. Yeah, very good form reference, but can Gaon Champ do that again? It's going to be a big task.
You've just seen how Gaon Champ just romped home in the first leg of the sprint series. Gaon Champ, it's really going to be hard to oppose. He's probably likely to start off as the favorite. I mean, speaking about the favorite, in the early part of the racing season here in Korea, we've just seen the favorites being turned down. What do you think how Gaon Champ is going to do at this contest?
Yeah, look, it's one of those things. It happens in racing. We saw Global JOCKEY go down in the Derby, and then also we saw Daero get defeated in the Oaks. So I guess Gaon Champ,
we're really
Gaon Champ needs to perform
Gaon
to
Champ.
win. But I think, like I say, a lot will come down to the start of the race.
Right. To get a better clue about these favorites, we've just met the jockeys for these favorites. Gaon Champ for Im Gi-won and good casting for Franco Silva. Let's have a look.
가온 챔프가 그때와는 다 다르게 이제 어떤 인기권 한 자리가 뭐 될 거로 예상이 되는데 뭐 컨디션 좋고 뭐 잘 유지하고 있으니까 뭐 그 부분에서 문제가 안 되는데 이제 걔가 게이드 번호를 좀 잘 못 뽑은 게 그게 조금 제가 좀 마음이 아픕니다. 아무래도 견제는 많이 더 받을 수 거라 생각이 되고. 그렇기 때문에 그것도 좀 뭐 주안점 두면서 훈련에 좀 임했던 것 같고요. 하필 그래도 부산에서 다시 올라와서 이곳에서 훈련했을 때 어찌됐든 간에 홈그라운드 이점을 잘 살려서 훈련 잘 임했던 게 결과로 또 팬들한테 보답을 했으면 그런 마음이 좀 들어요. 큰 변화가 있다라기보다는 오히려 좀 더 호전된 그때 뭐 병력도 없잖아 있었지만 그것도 이겨내고 훈련했기 때문에 좀 더 좋은 성과를 얻기 위해서 뭐 최선을 다했다고 마방에서나 또 저 역시도 그렇게 생각을 하고 있어요. 상대방은 딱히 뭐 한두 두두 뭐 이두 이렇게 있는 게 아니라 안쪽에 있는 마필 자체가 경쟁 상대가 되겠죠. 그리고 또 바깥쪽에서 또 밀고 나올 마필들. 근데 워낙에 좀 초중반이 제가 좋으니까 그것만 어떤 페이스만 이 말한테 웬만한 하이페이스도 이겨낼 수 있는 말이기 때문에 뭐 그 부분은 문제가 되지 않을 것 같아요. 그래서 일단 당일날 또 조사님 작전 지시 그리고 또 어떤 뭐 게이트는 나왔으니까 벌써 이제 머리가 따다닥 돌아가는 어떤 그런 느낌이 들고 벌써 이제 두근거리기 시작하네요.
Yeah, gate 15 is not the right idea for the sprinter, but it's okay. It's not really bad because he's not a front runner horse, so he might be running in the middle of the field. So I'm quite happy with the draw. Yeah, the margin was really big, like it was more than 10 lengths, but my expectation was quite high at that time. I was only thinking about my horse is not a sprinter, good casting, he come from a longer distance. I was even thinking to win the race before the race, and the second was quite good, and then everything can change again. Yeah, good casting is still growing all the time. From last year, he's improving a lot. Every race he runs, he is improving. And for this time, I watching the gallop, he is galloping much better. So I think he did improve a little bit again. So I'm really excited with the race. Yeah, the rival is KOR champion because he won the last time. But the last time he got a easy going to the front and was no horse fight with him. So this time, I think if there is like a little bit fighting, should be have more interest in the end, because normally he get a little tired for the last 100 meters. In Busan it did happen, but this time happened here again.
So it wasn't quite 10 lengths, but Franco, good second with good casting here, and Gaon Champ obviously is going to be the favorite for this race.
Yeah, absolutely. Interesting to listen to both the riders' thoughts there. Of course, Lim Gi-won, the early speed, so important in this race for Gaon Champ's chances. He has to do it from barrier 11. Franco, he's not got the best gate in barrier 15, but as he said, it's not necessarily that the horse has to sit on speed. He can take a sit and the horse will hit the line strong. So it should be a good race.
Okay, so we've just basically covered the half of the field, but we've got some of the other interesting ones, like for instance, Ace Korea.
Yeah, Ace Korea, he is the interesting, I guess, horse going into this. His form last year was sensational. He won really, really well last year, and then he started to have barrier problems. And in his last run before having a Dubai preparation, he failed to jump out of the gates, but he still managed to pick himself up and defeat Silva Wolf. And then in Dubai, went over there, and he ran last at both his two starts. Just didn't go to plan, but he's had a barrier trial now. He's jumped away cleanly, and Joe, hopefully he's back to his best.
Right. Well, just speaking to the trainer, Peter Woolsey, he's actually taken special account into the barrier trials. So let's now take a look at the recent performance on the barrier trial, and of course, to better introduce to you about Ace Korea, let us now take a look at the best sprint race here in Korea, the 2018 last year's KOR Sprint. So, okay, we are looking at the barrier trial for Ace Korea here now. This race was really good for Ace Korea.
Yeah, jumped out well, you can see here, which was the most important thing, Joe. His barrier problems, I guess, were the biggest risk going into this preparation. But he's ran sub 60 for the trial. He's ran home in 59 and change for the 1,000-metre barrier trial. And look at that margin. Just blown them away.
Home. Finishing time was good as well.
Yeah, and then we see, of course, as you touched on, the KOR Sprint at Group 1 level last year, when he was so good, he finished 5th, and then he went out and won the JIII Shinman Cup after that,
And in this very race, we see Doraon Pogyeongseon as well, placing 3rd.
Yes, in the KOR Sprint as well. So well represented by the local trainers, of course. Unfortunately, the foreigners took the cash in this event, but he's raced well here, Ace Korea, and if he's back to his best, he'll be very tough to beat.
Okay, Doraon Pogyeongseon and Ace Korea there was for KOR Sprint last year. Okay, so we've basically looked at our main chances. Are there any others worth mentioning? What are your choices?
Look, the only one I thought maybe the 3-year-old and global captain. He's started off brilliantly in his early career, and of course gets a swing in the weights, just carries 55.5 kilos with the set weight. So I've put him in for 4th, but look, I'm settling with the 11, Joe, Gaon Champ on top. If he can get out of the gates quickly, get on speed, he'll be very hard to hold out after that 5-length win down at Busan in the Ilbo. Ace Korea, I have to put him in for 2nd. He's going to get the perfect run from barrier 1 if he jumps. And then for 3rd, number 15, good casting, a good 2nd in the Ilbo, and I'll put in 10, global captain, the 3-year-old as I just touched on. So 11, 1, 15 and 10 my numbers, Joe.
Okay, Gaon Champ, will he do it at this contest? So, Road to 1 billion won. It's going to be the second leg for the KOR Sprint. It's the 2019 SBS Sports Sprints. Who will be the best sprinter? Let's find out here at Sunday.